I have damn most faith that we're gonna figure it out though. But I was just trying to see if we got to light it properly to get those creases out.
Alright, so we got it at, we got roughly about 18 minutes.
Okay.
We got 18 minutes for the first time the thing goes off. So,
okay.
That's, and I got it facing us to kind of see, so you can kind of see the countdown as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just got like a draw to the blackies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And what I'll do is I'll get stuff.
Was that recording yet?
Yeah, it's recording.
Oh, it's recording? Okay.
Recording.
Right.
So we got about 18 minutes right now for the first one. I'll reset after we reset, and then actually let me go ahead and just give us a clean slate now. I just want to make sure that we got
January 4th.
Okay.
Wow. Yep. That's next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
At 3 in the morning. Watched it last time. Tired as fuck. Alright. So, finally ready. 9:35. Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Video's on. We look kind of good on camera. Shout out to my NWO shirt from Alexis Littlefoot. Quick promo out to you one time. Alright.
It's the Booker Man, y'all. Can you dig it? Yeah. Yeah, that's it, man. Can you dig it? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Can you dig it? Yeah. Can you dig it, sucker? Yeah. Can you dig it? Yeah, it's all real. You can find me some days in of attention. Booker T's here like Ben Diesel's triple accent. On the count of 3, I want y'all to spit it. 1, 2, 3, can you dig it?
Yo. Welcome to Reasonable Wrestling. And if you did not know what that was, neither the fuck did we, okay? Bro, we
got the rap song?
Bro, can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
Shout out to Jim Johnston, man.
Yo, they heard that shit after they done it. They're like, nah, we gotta go with the Halloween shit. They immediately like, yeah, we can't have Booker T out here rapping for his entrance music.
I mean, he's black, so he can rap.
They tried it. Can you rap? Yeah. We'll sing you for the Jim Johnston and you rap for him.
He's gonna lay a nice track down for you. Anyway, welcome to Reasonable Wrestling. If you didn't know, now you know. It is the uncut, unfiltered, unedited, underground podcast of the professional wrestling podcasting game. It is I, your most high, Chris, and I am with my tag team partner, as always, CT, aka Chidi Bang.
What's good, everybody?
And Merry Christmas to all. We had Christmas hats and shit that we was gonna put on, but fuck it. It's the first day of Kwanzaa, dog.
Yeah, so, it's on Merry Christmas. I'm like, Happy Kwanzaa.
Come on, shout out to all my black folks out there celebrating the first day of Kwanzaa. It is Wednesday, December 26th. Oh, happy Boxing Day to my homies out there in Canada celebrating their life out there.
Are you sure it's Canada? It's not the UK?
Either or, man. They both celebrate, I think. I think yeah. I mean, I got a computer in front of me and I didn't research it. So.
Boxing Day.
Yeah, so welcome to Reasonable Wrestling. Please follow us on Twitter, RW Podcast 1. We are also on everything else, literally everything else, all our medias of socialness as Reasonable Wrestling Podcast. And this is a very special show for us. This is our last show of the calendar year. Me and CT been at this about 6 months. This is episode 32.
Yeah, this is crazy.
So this is half a year, man. It's been a crazy ride. So today we're going to bring to you our regular scheduled program, which we normally do. Our high spots, worst produced, best written. We may even have a take on take if you've been listening to other podcasts, which I kind of haven't because we do our own fucking podcast.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna have take on takes.
Well, fuck it. So, but we're gonna pretty much do what our show. We're gonna skip right through it, and then we're gonna get into the main point of this show. Like we said, the first day of Kwanzaa, and this is our first ever annual the Blackies. All right, this is our award show, the
Ain't no
Blackies.
Blackies.
And we're going to shout out every black wrestler that's on the roster currently. We're going to pages in the book with them, which is one of our segments that we had.
Booking them
And
forward.
we're going to book in black some current characters and superstars, and we're just going to give out our best black performer, our worst book performer, our most prominent performer, our most you know what I mean? Looking forward to, like, we're gonna really dedicate the rest of the show once we skip past it to our black wrestler. So stay tuned for the Blackies later on. So let's go and get right into the show.
Yeah. What was your high spot? You go first.
All right, cool. Well, wrestling came on Monday Raw was Christmas Eve. I'm not gonna say I watched it live because I didn't. And SmackDown was Christmas. So, like, I didn't necessarily watch the show on Christmas. We was kicking it with the friends, the family, with the loved ones. We was, you know what I mean? So we caught kind of everything late. My high spot pretty much was just the progressiveness of SmackDown. We came into this wrestling podcast talking about how things were produced, how things were written, how things were presented to us, because we're grown-ass men watching wrestling. So it can't just be about a whole bunch of story, fighting, and it has to be. We're film guys, so it had to be brought up to us in a certain way.
For us to digest it and like consume it in a way that makes us feel like, all right, it's worth our time.
Exactly. So with SmackDown kind of getting into the new year, they kind of were very, very. They're very open. You know what I mean? They're very open to new ideas. Like I said a couple weeks ago, like they don't have a lot of eyeballs on them, which they do, but they have the ability to experiment. So how they're interacting, the 205 guys with the SmackDown roster, as Daniel Bryan inexplicably attacks Mustafa Ali, but it's not inexplicably because he pinned him last week. So continuity to the show, having the 205 guys actually back there to kind of like congratulate Mustafa, and then like be the agents to kind of like break it up a little bit. I kind of would have liked to see it a little bit more physical because they are wrestlers too. So I would have liked to kind of see that, but I'm not going to nitpick.
If such a girl was like push them off and like don't be
that's
fucking
my
nigga, like I'm fucking with my boy, like. That's character development for Cedric right there on the spot, so then it gives him kind of, but I think they don't write stuff like that because they don't want, if they know they're not doing anything with Cedric, they're not going to give him any character on screen. Of course, and that's understandable. That's time, what I mean? We talked about how time consuming, writing probably is, and like consistently for like, this is 100+ men and women roster that you gotta like, what, I gotta give everybody something, like, you know what I mean, like. And what's funny is that like they put the 205 guys like on the screen. That's all they need to do. It's hard enough to do a show as it is. So even with that, you say that SmackDown has room to experiment. To me, I look at it as they have 2 hours. They have an hour less than Raw. Raw should be the show that has room to experiment, and SmackDown should be the one that's like, well, we have to fit all you guys on the show. But somehow SmackDown handles their roster and has time for 205 Live and get them shine. Like, I could not predict a month ago, or not even a month ago, a couple weeks ago, that Mustafa Ali would be a major fixture in SmackDown right now.
Bro, he's not even like so much a major fixture. He's like
the top face.
Yeah, he's like in position as the top face right now.
On the show, on that show, he was the position of the top face. So that's other than maybe Rusev on that show.
Speaking of Rusev, he won the title. Won the U.S. title from Nakamura in a match, which is very good. Which is
my high spot of the week.
Which is good. Like I didn't know Christmas was his birthday.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So he won the championship on his birthday, which is dope, and gave it a little bit extra meaning to it. I did enjoy the multi-man match between the Usos and the Bar. The Usos and the Club versus the Bar and Sanity.
Yeah, they work both together.
They work well together. I hear Anderson and Gallows, I think it's Gallows, is going to be hosting a new show on the network.
Oh, okay.
Called Botch Club.
Oh, they're funny guys.
They're funny guys. They're funny guys.
So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm glad they're able to show their personality.
Yeah,
I mean, they were earlier. Yeah, they were earlier, but it was crazy. It was like ball jokes and stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
that's it. And then his abs, and that gets over time. Gets played. But I think they don't put him on TV enough to grow their repertoire. Whereas New Day, they can grow their repertoire every single week because they bring some new shit out. Every single week that showcase and give them that opportunity to grow as a tag team and add little pieces to their whole thing. So
to see the tag team division also in SmackDown being utilized and fleshed, like you said, fleshed out, and is even though they just added 2 teams, they added 2 formidable teams. And
you were like, you didn't want to see Sanity, but they were decent, and even Alexander Wolf, who I wasn't like a big fan of, even in that match performed very well. So I'm curious to see going forward. And Killian Dane looks like he lost weight,
which is okay.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see him be a little bit more comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really comfortable with a lot of. I know some guys just have their weight. You know what I mean? But you're doing a lot of cardio. You're on the road. You're traveling. You're eating. You're probably not eating as healthy. You know what I mean? Because a lot of wrestlers save money, so they don't put that money back into their diet. You know what I mean? And especially for a heavier set guy, he got that weight from not eating healthy. You know what I mean? So it's good to see.
I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna say for sure.
I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge. No, I'm not gonna judge. But it's just happy to. I'm happy to see him be a little bit like even Big Show. Like Big Show's a big guy. Yeah. But it's hard when you're big and I'm not gonna say you're sloppy, but you know what I mean. It hinders you.
It does, absolutely. So it's not. Come on, when you're doing something actively, with all that weight, and then you're taking bumps over and over again, it's better when you don't have that weight on you.
Exactly.
So to see him slim out a little bit,
like offensive linemen, like I see, like I watch SportsCenter all the time with like Joe Thomas and Jeff Saturday. Like once they quit playing football, like they're like 175 pounds. Like God, okay, you're a normal human.
Yeah, you're actually a real person. You're not always a giant.
So it was good though to see that the tag team division of SmackDown game fleshed out, and excuse me, also to kind of see at the end of the show AJ and Vince. I'm really intrigued because AJ's a face, but him hitting Vince McMahon, you know what I mean? Like if you're a face, you can walk away. It depends on what they're doing with it. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Let me say, like, because right after the Rusev match was the main event, and you think the show's over. Rusev wins and the show on the high end of the year. Rusev won the title on his birthday, and the show's gonna be over. And then you see AJ backstage, and mind you, the whole show you don't see AJ, you don't see Vince the entire show. So this is like a little tidbit they added to the end of the show that keeps you looking forward to the next show. And at the same time, it's with one of their biggest stars who they kept off TV the entire show. You're thinking, there's no AJ in this show, but no, there is. And it builds a layer to his character because Vince is telling me there's more to you. And as you called AJ Wrestler of the Year last week, and I don't even want to dispute that right now because you can argue that. Even with that, him being almost Wrestler of the Year to you, he has a level he has to go to now. He has a level that he hasn't reached yet. Even he said in the interview
for sure
that he's like, I think there's another level that I need to go to as a superstar.
Yes.
So I think this could catapult him to a new level and give him that character. It's like Vince saying to him, like real life and behind scenes on camera, that hey, I want to see the real AJ. I see the new Daniel Bryan. I want to see the real AJ. And then he slaps AJ to see if he got that in him, that fire, because he knows something. He's like, we're more alike than not.
Vince hired him, and as we watched the Chronicle of AJ, and he said Vince hired him because he wanted a pit bull.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Vince wanted a pit bull. Vince wanted a guy that was like, okay, everybody's been telling me you're the best at this stature. I don't want that caveat.
Yeah.
So show me what about this stature puts you over the guys that I see as a Brock, as a Braun, as a Roman, you know what I mean, as a Triple H as back in the day, you know what I mean? Like somebody that I see that can carry my company. Show me why that is that, because it's admirable for a babyface to have like that fire.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
So writing it in that way, and like you just mentioned, he's like Vince not on screen, and then here he is the very next week on screen being a character. That's not him being a boss. That's not him being an off-screen authority figure. That's him making himself, again, prominent in a storyline. Where I'm not objective to, I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it wasn't like he was like, cause the way they're using the McMahons right now, it's almost like they're ancillary characters.
But he wasn't ancillary in that
he wasn't ancillary in that segment, but I mean, if he goes forward next week and we have a Vince AJ promo again, he wasn't ancillary. If AJ just goes on with this theme and trying to like comes out with a fiery promo next week and then he moves on from this, then he is ancillary.
Do you ever just move on from a McMahon?
That's true. And I'm not saying they're not going to be addressed. I'm saying, but they address it through like a McMahon match. It's different than them addressing it as like McMahon, like, okay, that's what I needed from you. Now you have a match with so and so. That means that it's not a McMahon storyline. You feel me?
Okay, I'm following you. I'm following.
You know, and I think that the way they're using the authority figures right now, they're not using them as like they're part of the storyline. Only now we're seeing Shane and is agreed to be Mrs. Tag Team Partner. So. That going forward, it's like Shane's going to be like a wrestler, but Shane's always been one of the boys, really. You know, so he's going to be like a wrestler.
I don't want to see, okay. That's why I said I'm intrigued because seeing Shane wrestle is not the business. It's not, that's not ingenuity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not innovative.
Yeah.
That's not new. That's not, you know what I mean? Like, why does Shane have to wrestle? You know what I mean? He hasn't fulfilled his obligations when he fell off the cage at 32.
Okay, I'm not saying that he has to wrestle, but I'm saying I was just trying to say related to the way they're using
but that's what. But that's
if you want to go pivot to that topic.
Well,
I think personally, Shane wrestling with the Miz, I don't want to see that personally.
So now that he's a wrestler, I mean, now that you mentioned it, I mean, I don't want to go into a tangent or even argue, but now that we've talked about it, AJ hitting Vince only means three things.
What?
Like you said, AJ just bypassed it, which I think is low on the ranking.
Yeah.
The top two is a match with Vince or a match with Shane. We've already seen AJ and Shane. So, you know what I mean?
What about a match Triple H? That's something right there. I mean, I think that Triple H wants to be in the ring with AJ at least once before he, calls it.
AJ.
I don't think we haven't seen it.
AJ Styles and Triple H.
I don't think people even thought about that.
I mean, hey, so this would show if they're really listening to the show.
If they book AJ
and Triple H, we got some steam, dog. So you heard it here first. I don't know. Fuck it, you heard it here first. If AJ Styles and Triple H, but I mean, even then, there's some steam behind that storyline. But the match is going to be plotty.
Oh.
It is gonna be so
maybe
slow.
he can speed up, and he's injured. So like
we rewatched AJ Styles was gonna be our character spotlight in January.
Yeah.
So we went back and watched AJ Styles match with Jericho. And Jericho is a lot more fluid than Triple H is.
Yeah, and that was kind of plotty.
And it was plotty.
Yeah. You're right.
And I'm like, oh my goodness. So like, But
depending on how they book the match and the story they want to tell, because Triple H can be an aggressive heel against AJ. He can be an aggressive if they book it differently than they book the Jericho, because Jericho's another small guy too. So you expect Jericho to go, but Jericho was plotty. But if they book their match around Triple H being a bigger guy and him tossing around AJ and performing power moves on him the whole match, it could be plotty but still entertaining. You know what I mean? And then we're getting like too far into that. But with the AJ thing, all in all, I think that was a great way to end the show.
It was great.
And you used your roster like completely. Like they really utilized your roster.
Andrade and fucking Mustafa.
What the hell, yo? I didn't expect that.
Was fucking.
That was dope.
And seeing Andrade angry, oof, fam.
Yo, Andrade, he's gonna have a big 2019. Yeah. I have a prediction of him. Mustafa, obviously, he has potential to be one of the big faces going towards Mania. and being into like.
And the women's roster is lit.
The women's roster right now. Did they have a segment?
They had a segment with Mandy Rose trying to get Jimmy under the mistletoe.
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty cool story.
It's a good story.
Yeah, that's a pretty good story.
Because a black woman is not for
yeah.